Hey campers, Georgia, back in the man cave. I'm hiding from the boss. Actually, she's napping. Never want to wake her up when she's napping. What I was doing though was going through my knives because I was looking at these two fishermen from Imperial. They need some loving, but I'm waiting on something. And that got me thinking, I got more than one fisherman, or two, or three, or 10, or any. So I pulled them all out and started looking at them. Which ones do I have the most of? Imperial, Hammer brand, USA, I don't know. All the different makes out there. I even got Colonial, some Euro ones, and some, well, we're not sure ones. You know what? Let's check them out. So here we are. My fisherman. Apparently I have more than I thought I did. What do you do? Anywho, I kind of laid them out, kind of sorted in an order. So, let's go through them. These guys here are my Imperials. Ah, yeah, didn't realize I had that many. And now I'm going to add another 2. See these 2? Cracked ice. They look exactly the same, but not quite. One's got a doohickey on the back here. Still trying to figure out what it is. I've been told it's a snail. And somebody said it's an advertiser. It's a beaker from a pharmaceutical company. Well, who knows? The other difference is, doesn't have them. The fake pins. Otherwise, they're exactly the same. They're both 2-tool fishermen. It's like that. Imperial, USA. The USA is down the side, so that makes them that. I wonder if this guy's the same. Huh. No, he's not. And USA is at the bottom, which makes him that old. Now I got this guy. A little beat up there, got cracked. Just put some glue over to stop it coming apart. 2-blade Imperial. What's the difference? A little bit bigger. Got another one here. Difference? It's a crown. 2-blade. And if I remember, nope, this one's the same. It has that tool with the disgorger, scale remover, bottle opener. Every fisherman's dream. And of course, if you're going to catch and cook, you need a slicer. Here we have this one. What this is, I'm not sure, but I think it was added. Not a perfect fit, but this guy, 2-blade, 2-tool, same size as the other one, except it had the yellow. This one is very cool. Look at that. Now, it shows a dog, and this was considered a hunter. You can see it's just a plain toothpick. But a guy with his dog, birding, oh yeah, that'll work. I don't know why I left it in there. I just like the handle. We put him up there because it's not really a fisherman. Oops. Here's another one with a fish on it. But look at this handle. When I first saw this guy, I thought, that's Hammer brand, right? Nope. Oh, Whoops. There you go. Imperial. USA at the bottom with some stuff over there. Not even sure what that says. Oh. Pattern numbers. This one, wood handle, single blade. What am I doing? I would take it fishing, but it's not. Check out the blade though. It's got that hammer look to it. And a wood handle will put him with the hunter. Here's a bigger version and slightly different. It's not a clamshell. You see that? And it's a little bit bigger than the other guys. Very solid knife. And if we look at it, Imperial. Wow. Doesn't even have USA on it, which makes it that old. Solid cutter. This is a beast. And it does have a second tool. It is a Fisherman. And if I remember, it was really tight in there. See that? Look how thin that tool gets. Huh. Wow. Another pretty handle. Made me think it was a hammer. It's not. It's Imperial. I hope. There you go. Look at that. Another one with no USA, which makes it that old. Two tool, big guy. Same size as that one. Now we're looking at these guys here. And the reason I put these here, these have all been rehandled. I did them. These were the ones where I just put vinyl on. And I wanted to make a series of different colors. But I'm looking at this. Once again, it's not a Fisherman. Oh my goodness, I'm so unorganized. I call them a hunter or a farmer's knife. Just that single blade toothpick. But look at the shield. Very cool. Here's a Fisherman, single blade that I covered. Notice the tang stamp, same as that other one. Here's a big guy I covered. Two tool, beast. USA down the side. Here's a beat up one. And this is a Fisherman. Why do I say that? This is a big guy. And if I remember, it was in pretty bad shape. And I had to put a handle on him. Got that badge. A little bit unusual. See that? Oh, I remember. Look at the badge. That's a hammer badge, right? Can you see that? But it's an Imperial. That tells me that they made this with the same tooling when they bought Imperial bought Hammer brand. See how big this beast is? And it has that hammered look on the blade. See that? Pretty cool. These guys were just Fisherman, single blade, this one. Imperial. The handles were destroyed. So I got me some G10 and layered it with white and blue. And then just put it on without anything else. And I really like this look. So I did some others. Green one. This guy here. See there, two tools. And I did one in black. And I really like this black. But what I want to do is keep going with this series in all different colors. I think it'll make a nice series. Although this guy's bigger than these. Why am I thinking there's a special one here somewhere? Oh yeah, that's right. This is an old guy. No USA on it. Makes him that old. So those are the Imperials. Now I got these guys. And if I remember, These are unknown. They're made by USA. Huh. Got fish knife on there. Very nice. Now they called this a fish knife, but you notice it's not two blades. It doesn't have anything but a toothpick on it. Thought that was interesting. Here's an unusual one, and I really would like to know who made this guy. It's a true fish knife, single blade. You can see it's got a scaler on it, just says USA. Fish knife on there, but the handle was so unusual, and it's so different to all the other ones I have. If you look at the pins, look at that. Huh. Another USA, very heavy, and you can see it's not a clamshell, it's got this big, I don't know what you'd call it, it's plastic, I think. Made in the USA. And there's a big guy, and it's got that on it, fish hook remover. See how they did the disgorger on the back? There's that gap. I don't know how well that would work. Has a bail on it, but it is a solid knife. These guys here, you might remember this one. This is the one that I just cleaned up the other day. Hammer brand. You can see by the handle, right? This one here is also a hammer brand, and all I did was put red on it. And it's not a Fisherman. Oh boy. Put it over there. This guy is. Rehandled it. Hammer. Very cool. I don't know how old he is. It's got that big, strong arm, the muscular arm on it. So he's probably that old. There's another red one. You can see it's different size. This is a big guy. Hammer brand. Single blade. Got that long pull on it. Pretty cool. Here's another one, same thing again, but a two-tool. It does have the fisherman tool on it. USA down the side, so it makes it about that old. Now this one is a little unusual. It looks new. And I suspect, Hammer brand's still around now, and they're making them in China. But this one actually says on it, USA, and I believe this is stainless. Look at the handle. It's so thin, you can see that little special hole they have there on the fancy covers that they have, the handles. This is a clamshell that clips on the ends. That is for the one that clips inside. You never have the clips on the ends. Little different, unusual, cracked ice. So those are my hammers. Let me move over here. Now we're getting into some unknown territory. Ha! Maybe not. I believe these guys are Colonial. And they are fishermen. You can see there. They're big. They're the big heavy ones. Has the tool on it. Just like all fishermen. Colonial. Problem is you can't really date them. It's very hard. You have to go by the materials. Still trying to figure that out. And it has this fake bark, wood, whatever you want to call it. This one, same thing again, better condition. And if I remember, I believe it says stainless. The other one didn't. It says fish knife, and it's got a bail. You can see the bail there. Colonial, this guy. Black, fish knife on it, same series I believe. Just a different handle. And it has that same look of, the bark look to it. Same thing again, just a different style on the handle, slightly smaller. You can see here. Pretty cool, kind of an unusual handle. 2-blade. Colonial. Pretty cool. Now these are put here because if I remember properly, these ones say Providence Cutlery, which I believe was a Colonial company. Different. Look at the handles. Just looks different. Odd badge, got these big fake pins on them. Pretty cool. And look, another one. Just that smooth white plastic handle. Same guys. Now we get into a little bit more interesting and unusual. Let me go here. This one has me fooled. Yep, you're reading it right. It says Robeson. And I just can't imagine. It says Robeson. Can't see there. USA. And it's a 2-blade and it's in really good condition. And if I remember, I got it for a bargain for like $10. Found it at some random antique store when I was with Keith. We were driving back and saw an antique store. So we decided to stop in and look. I found this guy. Wood handle, very good condition. Robeson. Who would have thunk? And here I have a queen. See that? Queen steel number 46. See, it has the tool and it has that, I forget the name they call this handle, and it has a hook sharpener on it. You see that? Pretty cool. Queen. Don't know where that came from, but here I am. This one I put in because it's just a sentimental thing. And it's a Rough Rider. It was sent to me by somebody in a mail call. Didn't know Rough Rider had them. And you can see, well made. It's made in China. And it says Rough Rider there. 2-tool. And look how different this tool is. Almost looks like a saw blade. Pretty cool. Sentimental. I'm a Rough Rider fan. This guy, Sabre Japan. Typical Sabre, thick, heavy duty, plastic handle, 2-blade, strong, well built, just like you'd expect from Sabre Japan. Then we have this guy, which looks very Imperial-ish, right? It's got that bale in it, cracked ice. Very similar, right? But if I remember, it's that Jolwika. Yeah, you know what I mean. Island, which means that it's an Imperial, because I believe they were owned by Imperial. 2-blade. And you can see pretty much they shared their tooling. And it says fish knife on there, cracked ice. So a Euro guy. And this one was an unusual find, and I was very excited to find it. They are one of my favorite Euro guys. And it's a Richards of Sheffield, England. And it has that, you recognize them by the street lamp in the stamp. And it's a beast. You can see it's not really that toothpick style. It's more of just a regular clip. But it does have the regular knife on it. I mean the tool on it. You can see how aggressive those are. They're very well made. It is a clamshell. They did good stuff. I like their stuff, and they did quite a bit. I have a couple of different knives from them. When I say it's a beast, it's one of the bigger versions. Very nice. Like this. Was a nice surprise find. I didn't know they did that. So there you go. My Fisherman had more than I thought, plus I mixed in some, what I like to call farmers, or a toothpick, or just a jack knife. They were made a lot. Basically, it was a Fisherman without the tool. What can I say? Or the Fisherman, or one of those with a tool. Take your pick. Anywho, I have these two, and this guy's in really good condition. I wasn't too happy about having the advertising on it, but it is one that I don't have the style. Nice, clean, doesn't have a badge on it or anything, and it's in very good shape. And I want to say, I'm not sure, hold on. Put it on a magnet. It is carbon. I thought it was stainless at first, but it's just in really good condition. Basically, all it needs is a polish and maybe a touch-up. It's sharp. So this is going to be a project coming up. In fact, as soon as I get the parts I'm looking for this guy. And you can see here, it's a crown. And initially, I thought I wanted to carry on with the crown series and put a different color vinyl on it to keep the series going. It's in pretty good condition. Just needs a cover. But then I thought, you know what? I really like that G10 stuff. And it's the right size for that series. I've ordered some G10. It's coming in. They promised me in a day or two. Hit or miss on that lately. And I think I'll just take the clamshells off and put them aside, because I have a lot of parts. And having just a plain parts like this, well, you know. Plus, I really like the idea of the G10 with the white liner on it and adding to that series. It's kind of my series. Just saying. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Yep. I've been thinking fishing. I was going to go fishing, but it warmed up so much that, well, I'm not sure about the ice. We've had a warm week. Very quickly, actually. Although we had 20 inches of ice on Cedar, I don't know how much is left. Even if there is 10 inches, it's still good to go on. The problem is, you've got an inch of water sitting on top of it and everything gets wet. But I'll go and have a look tomorrow. And just in case, I'll put my fly rod in the back and go look for some open water. Yeah, I know, it's still winter and ice and snow, but hey, open water's open water. There you go. Just saying. You all be safe out there. Especially this time of the year. Things is melting and whatever. Certainly up here, all the ice and it's melting. And you get puddles of water, freezes overnight and gets slippery, so pay attention. You guys in the south there are lucky. It just goes from a little cool to really hot. Does that, yeah, but it goes from very cold to very hot and humid. Muggy. Spring is coming, which means fly rod comes out. We go fly fishing. In fact, I was talking to guys at work, and we're planning our early spring trip for a couple of days out at Whitewater. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Always appreciated. We'll see you again soon.